Alrighty, hello again out there. We're on part 105, and we're just doing some various things today. Namely, I want more of the mountain built, which means we'll have to do quite a big bit of digging, and I need to dig some more of the, new base anyways. So there's that too, unfortunately. So we still have quite a lot of work to do before we can even start work on the gradient. Yeah, last time we got most of the first layer of dirt put into place. And as I've talked about in the past, we are going to actually be putting in patches of things like coarse dirt and packed mud and whatnot, and adding more variety in terms of like depth as well. So some things will poke out a little bit more, some things will poke in a little bit more, but it will not be this kind of like boring forever. But I need time. Like this is a week, if not month thing that I'm going to be working on. But it will get done. I also lost the netherite shovel. I don't know where it went. All I know is that it is in fact gone. So oops. It's gone somewhere. I don't know where it is gone, but it's gone. So I'll just go make a new one later today or something if I really feel like it. I gotta remember where I put those spare buckets in there, because I might need them next time. But yeah, all we're really gonna do is just go out and go grab some more of that dirt and just hope for the best. So yeah, I guess I better make sure too that we've actually got the shulker boxes that we need. I kind of forgot to check for that. Yep, we got some empties. Already perfect. And we got the spare ender chest, and out we go. It's currently day 1043, and we're moving on up. Gonna go over here and mine our dirt, just because it's not too far away. I know I went to a different spot last time, but we'll try and like start digging all of this out over here. Or we could dig this out too. Actually, yeah, these would be pretty ideal to dig out considering how relatively flat they are. So we'll go for that instead. We got a couple of extra bees that are around here. That's pretty nice. We'll dump some spare things away. But otherwise, we should be pretty good. So yeah, all we have to do is just put these in the ground and we'll be good to start. So we'll get another 4 shulker boxes of dirt for today. Go get some more of that mountain filled in. Hopefully get the rest of the first layer done and probably the second layer as well. And then maybe start work on the third, and then we'll go dig that big hole. But yeah, we got our fortune 3 shovel, and let's just get started. We're gonna make sure our inventory is like relatively clean and organized. That way it's a little bit easier to keep track of how many stacks we can hold. Have to make sure to update the world map too to show that one island that we dug out, but I'll do that later. That we were starting to dig out. But yep, tomorrow is officially my first day of the second half of my semester, so I have other things I need to go do, unfortunately. So streaming is going to be a little bit weird. It's going to probably, reasonably I have to say about this time, kind of like later in the night like this, so like 6 to like 10 p.m. Eastern time would be pretty much prime. Because I can take most of the mornings and afternoons to go do schoolwork and make sure I study. And then I'll do the evenings for streaming after I come back from classes and go like take a nap for an hour and a half or so. Then I'll have dinner before I go to bed. So I'll still be able to stream pretty much daily. I take a couple of days off here and there to go do exams and whatnot, but otherwise, every day I should be able to stream still. While I'm on campus Tuesday, I'll go ask somebody about getting my housing stuff all figured out because, I'm not I don't have anything secured for next semester, so I need to get on that and make sure that's taken care of properly. Oh, we've nearly got half a shulker box already, so... And another thing too, the gold farm that I talked about yesterday that we're gonna build, it gives you about like in terms of gold, it gives you about like 1 gold block every like 10 seconds or so. Because it's a looting farm as well, so it's good because I don't actually like AFKing and stuff like that. And then with a you know, gold farm, I'd have to actually dedicate time to go AFK if I didn't set it up in a certain way. But you know, that's good. Because that means whenever I need gold, I can just go there, go use it for maybe like 20 minutes or something, and then like get all the gold I might need for like a project or more golden apples mainly. That's all I really plan on using it for, is for golden apples, because I don't really make golden carrots, and then, you know, I've got plenty of those in reserves anyways. And then like there are other things like powered rails and like things like that that I might use them for, but, you know, that's so far away I wouldn't even have to worry about it. And I can always go mine for some gold too if I absolutely need to. But otherwise the gold farm will be there. I'm thinking too, maybe this stream, maybe next one, not sure, but we'll do some stuff in the nether to go move our portals away from the ice boat road and just move them up onto the roof of the nether finally. That'll probably take some time to like rebuild the entire like ice boat road up there, just so that way we have it. It'll be like one packed ice wide instead of 2, and then we'll use like iron bars on the sides of it to keep the boat contained so I don't fly out everywhere. That ought to be good. They'll still be able to get around everywhere ridiculously fast without an elytra if I don't want to, and it's good for transporting mobs and stuff, but it'll just be on the nether roof instead, so that means I wouldn't even have to put in the minecart elevator either. Which I might still, but I don't have to if I don't want it. But yeah, I'm still thinking about it. I really mainly need it in my actual base. Yeah, minecart elevator. We've already got 1 shulker box full of materials, so that's pretty good. All we need are 3 more. And then we'll be out of here, and then we'll go build for the rest of the day. I'll probably come back to go get some more, though, for what it's worth, but I don't need to worry about that for right now. Funny thing is, I'm actually sprint jumping right now, but I'm sneaking while doing it, so technically it's like just really weird. Because you still you still conserve your momentum if you run and jump, and then you like transition into a sneak, and then you can like sneak, sprint, and jump. So this is like really good for like the ward and whatnot, but it's nice too because I can actually like stay on these ledges. And it is like significantly faster. Here's me like doing a normal like sneak and all that. Then here's like me sneaking while technically running. Which, you know, I think is faster than walking speed, funny enough. But it's nice to know for things like certain scaffolding and all that kind of stuff. Like if you're building massive projects, should help out big time. If you're trying to get away from the warden like way quicker, you can do that just for a little bit extra speed. But that's good for movement. Not too important, but it does help. I like it personally. It's another half box. Cool. I'll just leave the trees intact. I know it'll look bizarre with them floating like that. That is kind of the point. And because I also don't want to cut down the trees, but you know, just don't feel like it. And it's not like it'll matter. We can always like work on it later if I ever decide to repurpose this. But I'm thinking about just wiping it clean off the map and then just getting rid of an entire island. Because why not? Clean up the ocean a bit more. Although when they said clean up the ocean, I'm pretty sure they meant like, you know, don't pollute it, but you know, close enough. Oh, it's another shulker box done. Good. Apparently not, no, but you know what? Close enough. Yeah, it was. Alright, good. Two more then. Just these two, and then we'll be good to head back. Already turning nighttime again. I just had lunch as well not too long ago, so I should be in it for the long haul for today. And I've said that the past couple of streams, but this time I actually want to get a lot done, so I'm hoping, I think I should end by about 9, maybe like 10 p.m. Eastern time, so it's only like 2.5 to 3.5 hours. Might even go longer than that if I'm feeling particularly motivated, but at least 2 hours. Because I am trying to actually get some stuff done for once. Yeah, we'll just clear out, you know, all the dirt that I can from here. Why not? No dirt on the surface. All stone, all sand, all garbage. Alright, that should be a third shulker box, I'd like to say. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Got our third box, and last but not least, we need our fourth box here in a moment. Won't take too long, and once we do that, we can go ahead back and start putting the rest of our dirt for the day. I'll probably be back here later too to go pick up some more, but for now, this is enough. Not a lot, but it is enough, so I'm okay with it for right now. Also, I don't want to spend like 2 hours straight just mining like 15 to 20 shulker boxes of dirt. That, you know, kind of be a little bit annoying for everybody, especially me. You may be the ones that watch it, but I'm the one who actually has to sit here and do it, so, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's already been 20 minutes and all I've done is like go get dirt, like pretty much straight away. Maybe like 5 of those minutes was like basic introduction and then like actually physically getting here with an elytra, but otherwise it's all been dirt. So I think a little bit of a change of pace here in a moment. Damn, I've already nearly worn down my shovel, so we're gonna have to actually go back to the Guardian farm to go get it fixed up real quick. Won't take too long. We might as well go ahead and fix up like our other bits and pieces while we're there. It'll take pretty much no time at all. Alright, nearly done. We need to head back up into bed. And we just need like, what, 2.5 more stacks of dirt? Easy enough. And then we can go ahead and go get this shit fixed, and then we'll be out of here. At least for now. Still trying to keep an eye out for a drown with a trident as well, because I want a trident. Spoiler alert. I don't have one yet, but I've got a couple of trident enchantments I could use, but I gotta actually get a hold of one to use them. I got Riptide 3 in channeling, but I don't have loyalty still. And then I need like 3 tridents, so I need one with just loyalty 3 and all the other like normal enchantments. I need one with just Riptide 3, and then I need another one with loyalty 3, but that one has channeling on it. So that way I have, you know, different ones for different occasions. The loyalty one though, however, will probably just stay in a shulker box in favor of the Riptide one, mainly because, you know, Electroflight without fireworks if I want it, which is kind of important, so very useful to have. But anywho, we went ahead and got everything. Harvest all these. 4 shulker boxes packed to the brim with dirt, and we'll go pick up the scraps that are left out over here. That should just be a little bit, nothing too big. We'll be back later to get some more, but I don't need to be right now. But yeah, we should be going towards positive X and Z. Probably towards positive X, so just go this way, and we should hit this island here, and there should be another one in the distance. Here's the villager stuff, and then here's my place, yeah. But yep, we'll go ahead and get these tools fixed up for a minute here. And we'll check on the shulker farm. We still do have the minecart, it's still functional, perfect. I'll just turn down hostile creatures for now, considering I don't want to blow up my eardrums, and you don't want to hear that either, so... Yeah, we got a nice overabundance of prismarine shards, you know, crystals. I don't think there's any other things that they drop, other than the cod, obviously, but we got some, like, pufferfish, for example, so... Got the elytra all fixed up. Let me just go ahead and toss away some of this. You can see the entity count going insane too in the top right up here, because you can see how many are loaded and how many there are total. And you can see pretty much we like instantly fill up the cat more or less, so we do quite a lot here. And we've gone ahead and fixed all of our tools. And we'll just go ahead and clean out what we can. Alright, and we're good. Alrighty. Good enough for me. We'll turn hostile back up a little bit more. And we can go ahead and just start slamming in all this dirt. So we start here, work all the way around, and then we'll go ahead and start on the second layer of dirt. Here we go. Yeah, you know how this goes, so I just crack on with it, and hopefully we get it done. We should definitely have enough to get the first layer all done, but I want to try and maybe get the whole second layer done today. Alright, well, we're taking a little detour here in a moment, so I'll just get that ready, but we're going to check to see if this idiot has Nautilus shells. If he does not, he simply gets murdered. It's just that easy. Because I'm a good human being. Check this shit out. Hello, little buddy. What do you have? You have Nautilus shells? These don't look like Nautilus shells. Nah, they really don't. Okay, well, they weren't Nautilus shells, so away he goes. That was a very easy decision. Whatever. These llamas fixed up my elytra completely. That's nice of them. Finally, we're getting more and more of it done. Now, for the lighthouse, it kind of doesn't exactly fit here anymore. You know, I don't think I need to explain why, but just in case, there's a tiny inland beach now compared to the entire ocean that is now going to be behind this mountain. So it literally does not make sense to have it there. So even though that is a connection point for villagers, I have another one as well that I can use, and the other one that goes through that mountain to the other community with its own staircase, so it can go safely without like causing any interference. And it's probably for the best too. It is kind of like a shitty spiral staircase, and again, the other one is as well. But you know, I only need one of them, and not like three. Here we go, and we'll pop down the bed. You can see we're starting to finally get up to the end part here where we curve around this part of the mountain. And we finish up the first layer today. There's no way we don't have enough dirt, so that's good at least. We've already nearly burned through an entire shulker box, so I don't think 3 will be enough to finish the second layer, so we'll probably go back to go get some more later on. And now these parts here that we're building that are near the ends of like that part over there at the very end, probably like technically to like that part where the soul sand is, this is kind of like a cutoff point. So we're doing a little bit extra just as a temporary thing, but it'll get covered up by like the actual like mountainside that'll go into place once I get that figured out. Because again, we just want to do all the inside ones first, which is what we're doing now. And then the outside things are their own completely separate beast that we have to worry about. Because they're just they're going to be absolutely massive. Like I'm talking like mountains that span like 150 blocks, like horizontal distance, going out like over the actual land, and then especially out to the ocean. Like it's definitely going to be a hell of an undertaking. So I think reasonably 100 blocks should be fine, but I'll probably give myself like 150 just so I have more leeway, and then we can figure it out as we go along. But it'll be an absolutely like monumental undertaking that is going to be its own separate thing. Or I consider it to be its own separate thing personally. So while it may be part of the same mountain range, it's such a huge like difference compared to what I'm working on now that I can't look at it as anything other, as anything else. Like it's just its own separate thing. So once we get this whole inside layer done, I'll be happy for quite a while, and then I'll be like, okay, it's time. Because then I have to do a whole nother set of wireframing around the whole goddamn thing, and then I have to like also bulk it out like in terms of distance as well. But mainly what we'll do is we'll just go to each cardinal direction and then like bridge out like 100 to 150 blocks and then staircase up to like the appropriate peak. And then just kind of like after we've gotten all 3 of those cardinal like points set out there, the one on that side like way the opposite, and that one somewhere over there. Once all those are in place, we just kind of connect them together in like a semicircle shape. And then, we kind of just make these kind of ribs, but like on a much bigger scale for the outside part. And that's all we would have to do, because then we just connect the dots again, and then we'll get our gradients going still. I plan on keeping the gradients pretty much the same. They'll just be on a bigger scale, but they should still be the same. Which is fine. Don't need anything too big. And we might have to use the Wither Skeleton farm a lot, because I need to farm bones out of it. And plus, we'll get a nice surplus of coal and like Wither Skeleton skulls and all that too, so it'll be worth it anyway. But something to keep in mind, I guess. Yeah, you can see some of the weird dark patches that are gonna form because of what we're doing. So we're gonna take a little bit of time to maybe prevent that slightly. That is by slight, I mean not fucking at all. There we go. Alrighty, we just have this, I say little, but you know, it's not little. We have this section left to do. Quite a lot of shit still, but at least better than nothing. And then we'll officially have the first layer done out of like 15. At least we're getting the biggest ones done first, so it should only get easier from here. Well, past the third layer, it'll get easier. It technically gets easier from here, but like it's negligible until the third layer, so I wouldn't think about it too hard. Alright, we're nearly done, finally, with the first layer out of like 15, but hey, it counts. That's good. We're making actual progress. And we got it, finally. Okay, so the grass will spread in after enough time, but we finally have just the first layer done. But it does count. So yeah, I guess we can kind of take a little bit of a breather just to see what it is like for scale, but it's tall. That's about all I can say about it. It's very flat and uninteresting, and I am aware of that, but you know, like I've said repeatedly, you know, coarse dirt, packed mud, like kind of veins and like splotches going around could help out a lot for the texturing, but texturing can't solve everything, or at least not in this case specifically because of how steep it is. So we will be adding kind of like protrusions in certain spots, like somewhere here, for example, because there's like a lot of empty water, so it wouldn't clog up the waterways. Here would be a very prime spot as well. We can maybe put another one here, like some kind of divot. You know, something here is kind of going to be a little bit weird, but you get the point. So we don't want to block up our waterways too much with, you know, protruding land, but we do want something. But that something doesn't need to happen for now. It can happen much, much later when I don't have to worry about it. And, you know, once the shape is in and the basic gradient is done. Again, for our basic gradient, just as a reminder, moss is glow lichen, you know, mossy cobblestone, andesite, stone at the very peak, and then there would be snow to cap off some of the peaks. So we would have like frozen ice and like packed ice and all that kind of stuff mixed in with the stone and andesite. Cobblestone, we'd probably mix in some cobbled deep slate stuff near up the top too. For the mosses, we are gonna probably incorporate some splotches, like big splotches of like red terracotta, normal terracotta, just things like that because they do contrast, like red and green contrast very well. And for the mossy cobblestone and cobblestone sections, I'm not completely decided yet, but I don't know. But I would like to do something, but you know, red and orange terracotta, undecided, and then cobbled deep slate and deep slate along with the snow at the very peak. So you know, each kind of like layer will have something relatively unique about it, and maybe it'll like blend over into like other layers too. So it won't just be so kind of rigid, but there should be like a fairly easy pattern to make. That should still look good, but yeah. First layer is done. So on to the second one, which is, you know, just a repeat of what we've already done. So basically, all we got to do is go over to like this, for example, and we line ourselves up here. And we're going to pillar up these like first couple of ones all the way up to their appropriate layer like this, just to make sure that I actually, you know, properly like get the spacing correct. So. But it literally should be what we've done historically, where we just kind of go around in that big line like that, where we just push it back one, and then we just build up, and then that should pretty much be it. And yep, you see how it lines up like this, so eventually the grass will start to spread over to here, because then when we build up on these ones as well, we'll have to do something different. And then after this one, well actually, we'll have to build up a little bit over here, but you know, for context, the like kind of next line is up all the way over here. And then we still have this peak here that'll have to go on custom, so it'll be a little weird because we'll start transitioning into like having to make sure we plan around making these peaks. But I can always shave away some of this mountain to like shorten it a little bit to make like a custom peak for some of these parts. But I think for the end caps here, that like this one and then this one, we should have like actual mountain peaks or something, or they can be like, they can either be mountain peaks or like massive like fortress like towers or some shit. Considering they are guarding like a you know, a whole ass waterway like here, it could make enough sense. And then for some of the other like different pillars, we'll have to make our own peaks when needed. So not all of them will have like these beautiful jagged peaks, but well, actually that's kind of a lie. I kind of do really want all of them to have like those nice jagged peaks, and then the one way in the back will be a lot flatter with maybe a like a big one like here and there, but like otherwise it should be pretty flat at the very top. But You know, we'll figure that one out. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of space to play with, so I'll worry about that later. I got time for now. But I want to try and make tonight count in terms of what I do here because, tomorrow I actually have to start back up with college again, so now I'm going to that new semester as I've talked about, and well, you know how stuff like that can tend to go. Especially when I have to speedrun doing all of it as much as humanly possible. Yep, I only got another year and a half left for my degree, so I need to make sure that gets taken care of. Now I'm hoping to, which it's more of a hope, but it's definitely not going to work out like that. But we're gonna probably have to go out and like by hand mine like a mass amount of like andesite. We've already got one shulker box full, but we're gonna need significantly more if we hope to do anything good. Which it should be okay, but I need a lot of it. We are down to our last 9 stacks in this box here. Here we go. But the height of this layer is shorter compared to the last one at least, which is great because, we should have to use less blocks. I believe it's shorter at least. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly sure. Either way, this should be one of the last particularly big hurdles that we have to overcome when it comes to these early layers, so that's good. We'll get done soon enough. I think it's kind of fucked up though that to like to get grass you already have to have grass. So if you're on like Skyblock or something, you have like no way to get grass blocks if you run out of them, which is kind of fucked. But hey, frogs actually do spawn in the old swamps. Okay, that's good. Remember hearing that they had a hard time doing it or it was a lot rarer, but no, it does appear that they do. I don't believe any of them escaped, but I'll always be wrong on that. But I doubt it. We had a couple of spare tadpoles too, so we wouldn't exactly have to like do a lot to repopulate them as well. No, I wouldn't be so heartless. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed again. Oh man. Oh no. Oh man, oh man, yep. I guess I didn't need to hit him. He fucking killed himself. He despawned. Okay, bye little buddy. Either that or he went out of render distance, but close enough. Same thing. Not quite the same thing, but what does it matter? I don't think I hit him. I didn't even think they could despawn like that, but nope, they can. You can see what we got going on back there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in total. And we already did number 1, so alrighty. We're moving on up there. Now the second half of the layers too are a lot like farther back, so they won't even come out this far distance-wise. Which is great because that gives me, you know, less stuff I have to do. Alrighty, that is 2 whole shulker boxes down. We have 2 more left until I run out again. And then I'll have to go get more dirt or dig, or you know, dig that more of that hole. So we'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. We're on day 1049, that's pretty cool. On 1050 here soon enough. I feel like once the scales actually really starts to set in, like when we start getting like probably about to that layer or so, maybe even like some of these ones over here, I feel like that's when you really start to be able to appreciate it a lot more. Because it looks shit right now, but it will get better. But again, takes time. Takes a lot of time, in fact, but it will get better. And it doesn't have a choice because it's gonna look good or I'm gonna not be very happy. Because this has taken, you know, weeks now. But it will look good. I just need to give it some more time and actually just keep, you know, sticking to what I'm doing. I'll figure out a texture and terraform better later too, but I just need some kind of basic shape in place. We have to make sure we don't spill out too far into the beach because I want to kind of leave this a little bit alone. Like I talked about, we can make something more in that pocket, but we need to make sure we have enough like water here to comfortably like squeeze like a boat through, and same over there. Not like an actual like boat, but like a handmade one, just like a normal like Minecraft boat. I like moving shit through. But you know, it should be okay. Give me a moment here. Oh, there we go. Anywho. Got some fish stuck down there. Look at them go. And it's nearly been an hour already. And all it's been is just me mining dirt and then placing in the dirt, which takes a long time. I'll get it done here though. Yep, we're out on that front. We'll get it ready, I guess, because, you know, it's gonna go away. Definitely seems like when I was building the rib, something got fucked up there, but then I was able to correct it, so don't know what the deal was with that, but it's not too bad, luckily. It shouldn't lead to any kind of problems down the line, it just is a little bizarre is all. Mainly by problems, I mean like having like if this whole thing was flat, like all the way up, then it would be a problem, but it's not, luckily, so we should be okay. It should be safe to ignore. Anywho, I'm gonna keep putting down some more garbage. I feel like at most we could probably finish like to the creeper and like string farm. Like that's probably the most we could reasonably do today before I run out of dirt like massively. I've had some ideas too about and I've talked about it a little bit in the past, but more of an idea I'm floating around than it is something that I'm like guaranteed to build or even attempt. But that whole like entire like city in the mountain that I want to build, like I mean like across the entire mountain range, considering it's going to be hollow from like here all the way out like another 150 blocks, so we'd have a massively empty space. I want to fill it up with stuff at some point. Could be farms, could be buildings. That area over there would probably be prime for farms, considering how like straight it is, and then also that's already there with the other farms, so we'll consider that. But mainly, where we have these predetermined cave openings should be major hubs, considering they're close to sunlight. And then as you get kind of like into a deeper and darker part of that cave, you know, or in all the mountain caverns, it should be like dingier and dingier. You know what I mean? So the ones relatively close to sunlight look like relatively normal places, but then you start getting to like some weirder vibes as you get deeper in. Maybe something a little bit more alien, maybe something a little bit like dirtier and more like medieval peasant kind of dirty. Who knows? Not 100% certain on it yet, but it's just a cool idea I'm floating out there. But, you know, I got plenty of time to think about that. You know, I have to actually build the damn mountain to be able to make an idea like that come to fruition, so... Hey Aura, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good personally, but I'm just building. It's been like this for an hour, so a little bored, but yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Just as long as I get all this done, that I would hate to like die and leave this unfinished. That would not be very good. Which is again why I don't want to fight the warden yet either, or do anything particularly risky, because you know, die like sometime now or you know later would not be ideal. I still have stuff I need to do. I think we could probably make it around that bend today. And we're actually out of 3 shulker boxes of dirt, so I might retract that statement here in a moment, but you know, the thought that counts, right? Oh, believe me, I can't wait either. I'm getting tired of having to build the damn thing. But yeah, you know, all I'm doing for now is just getting all of it filled in so I at least know what the rough shape will look like, but I will be like going out of my way to fully like detail and terraform it and add extra like depth to it as well, so it's not all like ominously flat, but I at least am looking forward to getting the rough shape finished here within the next couple of weeks or so. I'm still trying to make sure I sprinkle in some other like things to do, like building that gold farm or digging that other hole, but okay, how you doing? Wait, how you doing? We're digging. I'm doing a little bit of digging. Digging, wait, am I even paying attention what the hell I'm doing? No, we're not digging, but I am spacing out mentally, I guess. But yeah, no, we're just placing in blocks constantly. For 40 minutes straight so far. About to be 50, I'm pretty sure. One day it'll stop. That won't be for a while. Yeah, you know, same thing, right? I mean, how different could they truly be? I was talking about digging like the hole under my base, and then like my render was like, "Huh, yeah, so clearly you mean what you're doing now is also digging." Like, no. Oh, it's hurting your brain. Oh, that's my bad. Here, let me help you out a little bit. Alright, I don't even like that personally, so back down it goes. We're keeping it at 16. I will tone it down a little bit, but and again, if you think you have it bad, I have to do this for like every single day for the next couple of weeks, and then after it's done with this, I have to go back to doing what I was supposed to do with that sphere, which at least terracotta makes a better noise, but when you hear it like 170,000 times in the course of like 2 weeks, you probably won't enjoy it. So, you know, look forward to that. That'll be a fun 18 hours, maybe even like 30. Who knows? Not very good at gauging time when it comes to certain things like this, which is definitely going to be my downfall later on in life. Oh, true. My God, you're right. I actually want to. What does that even sound like? I'm fair warning. Maybe prep. Yeah, that's a little bit too crunchy. Not a big fan. I'll turn that back down to 50. And we'll just keep it at 15. There we go. See, I would actually play music, but I have to actually open up a Twitch soundtrack here. But, yeah, I mean, I was using, like, Twitch soundtrack for a while, but I like actually using the Minecraft music too nowadays. But alas, I think it is about time to go back to normal. It just doesn't, like, play often enough with the Minecraft music to be worth it anymore. But hey, thank you for the follow, though. I really appreciate it. Wait, how you doing? Very nice of you. Yeah, now I have to actually tone down the Minecraft music in game because you don't want to hear two things of music overlaying over each other because that would sound awkward, but at least it's something. I need to really actually take a day to like sit down and figure out some shit with Spotify. Because I've been trying to read up on some of the copyright stuff with Twitch because I'm trying to like, certain video game soundtracks are very good, but to make sure that I can use them without losing everything is a little difficult. So I've been talking to a couple friends to make sure it's okay, and yeah, I can turn that to music, yeah. I don't know how loud it gets, honestly, but there we go. Oh, it might actually be through Twitch Studio is where it's being aggressively loud. If I can actually get into it. Why not? That was the wrong button, but why not classical? We'll maybe tone that down a little bit. Hopefully that helps. See, the problem with song requests is, I have to actually make sure I don't get like permanently banned. That's the main problem, which again is why I'm trying to actually get some stuff figured out with, other music. But I know it's DMCA free, so I don't have to worry about it. I mean, because I don't want to have to make a whole new Twitch account for this kind of stuff, and plus that's, against TOS or whatever, so be gone just as quick. I mean, hey, if they don't, that's great, but again, I gotta make sure, because they have like a whole like 3 strikes rule nowadays where like, 3 strikes and then your account's permanently gone. But hey, like I said, I don't want to risk it for now. I probably will later, at least when I get some shit figured out. I mean, as long as they just mute that part, then honestly, I could actually get that. Yeah, you know what? That's fair. Yeah, you know what? I'll see sometime after today. Just give me a couple of days because I don't really want to do it like right after this or nothing, but I'll probably try and get a hold of some actual like music. There's got to be something I can use, but it works for what it is. That's all it is. It's just background noise more for you fools, but I don't need it too much, honestly. Nothing really. I don't actually listen to a whole lot of music, funny enough, so not particularly. Oh yeah, I've had Swift Sneak for ages as well. One of the first things I did when 1.19 came out was I went to go get all like the new features, and then I kind of stumbled into an ancient city. Well, when I stumbled, I was purposely looking for it, and then I found one. And then I got Swift Sneak 3. Very useful enchant. Makes doing this a lot quicker. This would be a lot slower without it, trust me. So I had to build all of my sphere that I have so far without Swift Sneak 3, and it got to the point where I could do 3 layers per hour with like Swiftness 1 potion, so it is extremely useful to be able to use like Swift Sneak like this. Because it helps speed things up massively, considering I'll be like slightly slower than walking speed. But it makes doing like much bigger projects like this actually like, viable. Well, they were never not viable before, but they just took much longer to do for almost no reason. Like, I know a lot of the 1.19 like ancient city loot is like underwhelming, but personally, just for the Swift Sneak alone, it's honestly worth it. See, that is true. That is a valid point, and I know a couple of my friends even do that too. But that's what everybody else does. I just want something a little different. Don't know what. I mean, it's good for a reason. Everybody does it for a reason, but I'll have to find something like a little bit more different and unique. But I do definitely need to get some different stuff. But I like just having something to keep things like a little bit calmer, considering like. If you're hearing like, Darude Sandstorm and it's just a guy like building a mountain for 4 hours straight, barely saying anything, then it doesn't quite match. It doesn't quite add up correctly, you know what I mean? And I actually I used to play the first time I played this classical music through like Twitch soundtrack, right? I was in a cave and I was like, it would be funny if like I got blown up by like a creeper and like, Mozart's out here just doing whatever the hell he does, and then then it just stuck. I liked it personally. It's calm for what it is. Doesn't need to be anything too hype because the most exciting things that happen are like, you know, ancient city raiding, or that time I almost got like electrocuted to death, or like, you know, fighting the Ender Dragon, which took 5 minutes and, you know, was not very exciting at all because it only took 5 minutes. But yeah, exactly. Imagine playing Sonata though, Mary. Couldn't be me. But yeah, one day I will actually get a hold of some better music. I could now technically like right this very second, but you know, I gotta do some other things first. And I simply just don't want to because I'm here to play funny block game. I like playing funny block game. I hate having to think about like behind the scenes crap, so I tend to not. I do not use Streamlabs, no, although I should. In fact, I should even use OBS, but I don't. I use Twitch Studio because the UI is a lot more user-friendly, but I really do have to... I literally have OBS on my computer, so I could use Streamlabs, but, you know, that would require learning, and I simply just do not want to. But one day, I promise. It'll get better. When I finally updated my profile picture after like 3 months, and it's just a picture of my cat, and then my background is just like a shit post I made a couple of weeks ago. But you know, it's whatever. Not like it matters too much. Alrighty, so this is the gunpowder and string farm. It's turned off because, you know, it's like 3 feet away from where I would be working, so I could run it, but it would be a poor idea for right now, to put it lightly. Once I clear it in terms of height, like past like probably that layer or so, when I start working on that one, you know, then I'll be able to run it again. It won't be as efficient because it'll still be pretty dark, or not pretty dark, pretty light, but it should still at least work a little bit on one side. I'll still get something out of it. I just haven't had a steady stream of string or gunpowder in a while. Kind of stinks, but I've ordered enough of it for it to not really matter. Yeah, exactly. See, my voice can't go higher or lower than this, which kind of stinks, but you know, can't do anything about it. What if I said the funny line? Except I actually don't watch Daily Dose of Internet, but you know, who knows, one day. I am not Canadian. I am literally from, like, you know, southern Florida. So, yeah. American. Yeah. What do you mean? Hey, for your information, I have a pet alligator like all Floridians do. It's given you when you're born along with your, like, you know, handgun. Come on, everybody knows this. Exactly. Dude, I get my alligator with my handgun. Everybody knows this. Come on. In the Florida Constitution. Can't go wrong with it. I need to stop having PC lag. That would be very helpful. That way I don't like misplace stuff, and then I have to spend more time getting rid of it, because I don't want to do that. I might go build that gold farm later today, though, because I do want some gold, but, you know, I don't have enough of a need for it. I've got enough golden apples, I've got like 50 of them, you know, and then the golden carrots I just go out and buy, so, I mean, I could use them for powered rails, but it's, you know, and bartering. I had to build a bartering farm, too, and I don't want to do that for a while. I used literally nothing, you know, only vanilla, so I literally don't even have Optifine or Iris, so no good FPS boost, no good, like, you know, Optifine zoom, but I just simply don't really care, to be perfectly honest. I just haven't had a need for it yet, and I really just don't want to, because I like just, you know, being able to, you know, just kind of have to worry about shit. It's not even like, it wouldn't even take that long to set up, I just literally don't want to. But I should, and I'm considering it depending on how laggy this place gets, because I might need something to give me a little bit of performance boost, but... And we are out of dirt again. Okay, so that was 4 shulker boxes of dirt to finish up the first layer, and then about half of the second layer. So I'd have to say another 4 should get me done with the second layer, so that is good at least, but certainly a little bit of a pain in the ass. What do you mean average SMH? If you don't like my shit that much, then you can go watch somebody else. It's literally as simple as that, you know? I know I do shit the like the dumbest way, but you know, if it's that bad, then just go watch somebody else. Like, damn. But I think we're on day 1050 now, I want to say. So we're moving on up there, but you know. Yep, 1051. That's cool. We're gonna go restock on dirt because I want to try and get this second layer done today, and then we'll probably go dig a hole or something. I don't know. I need to go check on the shulker shell farm here real quick. I want to make sure that minecart's still actually in place. And the answer is yes. Okay, because without that minecart, the shulker farm does not work. So you know, kind of have to have that in place. Coming up on our land. Yep, here we go. A little bit over here. Could have been over here. Oh wait, no, I started demolishing this island here. That's right. Yeah, I remember now. Alrighty. Well, 4 boxes of dirt. That's all we need. Very small amount. What could go wrong? Yeah, exactly. You know, go dig a hole for the vine. Oh, see, pro tip. I actually don't talk about it too much anymore, but the reason why I'm able to interact with like chat so much is because I have like I technically do have a little bit of third-party software, just a very tiny little bit. There's a chat bot you can get called Chatty, which anytime somebody sends like a message in, you know, Twitch chat, you know, it plays a little noise for me so I can hear it, and then that tells me to go check chat because it's just a little ding, and then that's why like I'll always say like, hang on, give me a second if I'm doing something, and I'll like go read what somebody said because I always do know because you know it makes a noise every single time. So you know. If I ever got to an unholy point where I got too big, which would literally never happen, I'd have to turn it off, but that just will not happen ever, so it stays on. And it's pretty nice, actually. I like to actually talk to people quite a lot, and, you know, don't make people feel like they're just watching somebody, but yeah. Yeah, just go dig a hole, you know. What I do. I'm making an underground base, too, which is the other thing. There's a very specific hole that I'm digging, but it's for a good cause. Exactly, like if you're bored, you never hear that expression, right? That actually was a real one. Like if you're just bored, go dig a hole. That used to be like an expression, but maybe not as much anymore. Who knows? It's still funny though for the vine. We got a little bit of dirt. But I'm gonna need like 4 shulker boxes. I really should try and go get like 6 or 8, but hell, I should even try and go get 20 at this damn point. I have the shulker shells to spare, but I don't have the wood. Like, god damn, I gotta make a tree farm too. I think it's most resource intensive for like slime blocks and honey blocks, and I have those, so I should go do that. So, yeah, okay, so. I only started streaming this for fun, you know. I don't really mind not getting big. I mean, I literally just started playing this world for fun. Like, it's gonna be here whether I stream or not, spoiler alert, but might as well do something with it. But either way. Nah, not really. I got like 60 something followers, right? But, you know, it's really not too big of a deal. Deep energy, what? Oh, hey Bean, welcome. How you doing? I'm digging dirt. I did not want to do that, but at the same time, don't think it matters. Whatever. There we go. Give me a moment. Good to hear. I just had a whole pizza for lunch, maybe like an hour and a half ago before I started streaming, so I shouldn't have to go eat for a little bit. Although I should definitely work on eating a little bit more greens because eating a whole pizza at once is, you know, not too good of an idea usually. So yeah, I gotta work on that. But I'm getting better, eating healthier than I used to. Oh, I'm actually already filled up with dirt. Good. Alrighty. A couple more boxes and we should be good to go. But I want to go raid more bastions again, but, you know, that means actually going out of my way to go find more bastions, and I don't want to do that. I tried that a couple of streams ago, after I, found the Froglight one, and it was very hard, and then it was even harder to get back as well. It's the bastions themselves aren't hard, it's harder just to find the damn things, because there's too many of them. What? Buddy, are you doing okay? Should I, like, call somebody? Like, are you, like, still shit-talking me, by the way? Or, like, what the hell's going on? But either way, oh, did you put the slime farm on the wrong slime chunk bean? Because that's actually, like, tragic. It took me, I, like, was so, like, hyper-fixated on making sure to not, like, put it in the wrong slime chunk when I had to do it. Because it takes a while to find the right one, but... I mean, as long you didn't build anything too complicated, right? Like, at least it's easy to tear down and rebuild again. Because if you didn't, then, ooh, I'm sorry. Like, that's gonna be tragic. It does get better, but... Man, without chunk base, they are kind of a pain in the ass to do. They're doable, but, you know... Just a little difficult. We should be pretty much good here. We'll just patch this up for a little bit. And I got enough room already. I mean, I don't mind it too much personally for what it's worth, but, like, yeah, being negative like that, like, it's one thing to be, like, critical of stuff, but, like, just straight up, like, shit-talking constantly is definitely a little annoying, if nothing else, so... Which, again, I don't personally mind it, but, you know, it is starting to get a little toxic for what it's worth. TNT duper, dang, imagine. Oh, you didn't mean it like that? Okay, then that's just a genuine misunderstanding then, as long as that's all it is, but it just felt a little mean is all, but if it's just a misunderstanding, it's no big deal. But you're good, you're good. Oh, you're good, it's fine. But yeah, imagine using TNT dupers beam, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, stuff like that, it might be easier to clear out by hand, but at the same time, it's not too fun anyway, so whatever works, honestly. No, you're fine. I'm a little hard on myself, like, not really hard on myself, like, I don't like my voice as much, but otherwise, like, I can still listen to it fine enough, but, not really too hard on myself. Like, I really don't care about making it big or nothing, because it's really not, like, too big of a deal. I literally just put this here just to, like, not dig it, so I goofed up there, but... Now that I'm reading back what you said after you saying that, I kind of get what you're saying, but that one's just my bad then, but it just was a little bit weird. And thanks for the voice compliment, I still really do appreciate it, but... I guess, like, with everybody, like, everybody hates hearing their own voice back. And then I hear mine back, and it, like, to me, it sounds like a hell of a lot, like, more dull than I would like. And, like, anytime I try and, like, speak louder or, like, higher, like, pitched or anything, like, it's hard to, like, verbalize that I'm excited over anything. Because there have been times I've been, like, really excited for stuff, but, like, if your voice doesn't go any higher, it's a lot harder to show that kind of stuff, and it always sounds like, you know, you're sarcastic or something like that, and it's a little annoying sometimes. Can't really do anything to make it better, it's just really a physical thing, but, you know. That is actually a valid point. I am lucky to have a deeper voice, but, you know, built different, I guess. Built for tough, who fucking knows, but either way. I mean, people do, I guess, to some extent, but... Definitely one of those things you don't need, like, just kind of be content with your voice, learn to appreciate it. Or learn how to make it work for you, I guess would be my advice to some extent. Like, if I were to do any kind of, like, narration or, like, you know, like, if I were to do any kind of, like, narration work or, like, I mean, I would never do it personally, but I've always kind of, like, shit-talked about, like, doing ASMR or something, you know. But, like, things like that, that would work for me to work better for somebody with a deeper voice. Just, you know, just do what works for you, you know? Not everybody can do it, but so just do what you can, and, you know, it works out. Not either way. The only time I'd ever consider doing something different, like ASMR or some shit, is if, like, there was a lot of money to be made out of it. An unholy amount. I've gotten like so many compliments about it. It's kind of weird at some point. That's where I put that. But it's still nice, but do I want to put anything else away? Fuck this. Goodbye. I still just it still just bugs me though. I had a whole like spare I had an entire spare netherite shovel, right? Which this is my main Fortune 3 shovel, and then we got two Silk Touch. No, this is my other Fortune 3. I was missing my Silk Touch shovel then? I suppose I was. So what the hell did I do with my other Silk Touch shovel? Because I normally dump all of my spare tools and equipment into this box specifically, and then I don't think I would have misinput it into here. Yeah, but it hasn't been in any of the extra boxes either. So I don't know what the hell I did with it, but I'm missing an entire netherite shovel, which I don't like losing something like that because it's just a little bit of an inconvenience. It's kind of funny though. It's only a little inconvenient. Yeah, it's still missing, but it's only it's genuinely not too much of an inconvenience because I can go netherite mining a lot better nowadays, and then I have like all the different enchantments. I can go get Silk Touch, and I can go get efficiency 5 and and breaking 3 and mending. And then the only hard thing would be getting like netherite. But even to get the levels to make it, it's not even difficult anymore because I have the Guardian farm now, so I can get to level 30 in maybe like 30 seconds supposedly. I wouldn't even need to ever get that high, but it makes it ridiculously easy to combine and enchant stuff. Oh, I should set up a at the Guardian farm up there. I think I'm gonna try setting up a like an anvil and a small like not really an enchantment area, but like a ton of like anvils and spare iron, and then I'll have like an ender chest up there, and then anytime I need to like massively like make a ton of gear, I should just be able to go there for it. But bamboo farm. See, bamboo farms. I mean, I don't know. Like, I only use the bamboo for scaffolding, and it is very useful for that. But like, I've tried it before for shit. What is it called? Like the villager trades with the sticks. The Fletchers and all that. I've done bamboo farms for that, but it just ended up kind of never feeling like it was truly worth it. But they're very good. They're nice for fuel. I just use a lava farm for fuel, but they are still good for how like easily renewable they are. But they are definitely very laggy though, so always keep an eye out for stuff like that. I gotta try and upgrade my PC later on when I get some more money. But more like when I get a job too. Which I actually, turns out when I get out of college, there's actually a very solid chance I'm gonna be able to... God, I cannot fucking speak today, sorry. There's a very solid chance I'll be able to get a job straight out of college as like a part-time accountant. So that means I can actually put my degree to use and get experience really quick instead of having to wait and do all this bullshit with trying to find a job and all that. So I can just focus on taking it easy. I enjoy playing games while I still can, and then when I get to be an actual adult in like a year and a half, then I can go out and get a job and start saving my money and getting ready to invest that too. And it turns out the finance class I'm taking also does talk about like a couple of things that I'm interested in, so like bonds and the stock market and things like that. And with me being like an actual like person with college education, should help me get a leg up on that kind of stuff. Because I want to start investing my money because I don't plan on working until I'm my mother's age, where she's like 52, 53, and she still is not ever going to be able to retire because she made too many bad decisions when she was young. So I'm trying to avoid that. Doing pretty good at it so far. Mainly because I live a simple life and I don't get a whole lot, but still happy. We need more dirt. But yeah. Just be content with what you have and just kind of learn how to live for yourself instead of having to rely on other things constantly. By other things, I mean like having to be able to spend a bunch of money all the time to have fun, Well, yeah, I mean, I live by myself now technically because I'm a college student. Like I live in a dorm like on a college campus. And it's been like this since I was like 17 and a half if we want to be really specific. But yeah, I've been living by myself for nearly 2 years now. And then even when I was still living with my parents, when I was like, 15, obviously, because, minor, can't move out. But I pretty much had to be like an adult since I was about 15 years old. That's when I started college. I did a full-time dual enrollment at my local community college. So I've had to kind of deal with this for quite a while. And then I moved out, as I said, when I was like 17 and a half. And then I've been living by myself for nearly 2 years now. It'll be 2 years in the winter, so that'll be cool. But it's nice, I don't do a whole lot other than like play games. I go to classes, I play games, and I enjoy my free time. Like I'm learning how to draw finally. I'm actually getting better at like building and just having fun meeting people online, and I'm starting to go to groups again. But I live like a very like slow and kind of like boring life. Like it's objectively boring, but it's a nice like peaceful life where there's not a whole lot of drama, because I had to deal with a ton of drama and shit with my parents when I was a kid, so I'm tired of it. I'm just gonna live like a nice quiet life and just do what I enjoy. Because I know what I enjoy, and I know I can do it without having to get in any trouble or nothing. Or having to deal with all these questions. But it's pretty nice. College is a lot better than high school, but only if you're self-motivated enough to like not have a professor tell you that like, hey, you gotta go do your homework constantly or things like that, because they don't do that in college. They're starting to do it now more, where they'll send you like reminder emails. Some professors do that, but not all of them. But to be honest, I never really had that issue, so it never really helped me or bothered me. But once you get out of high school and just public education in general, if you get a hold of a college degree, it's very good. As in the college experience is good. Like, yeah, you can go out drinking if you want. Like, I can't drink yet, obviously, because I'm still like, I'm only 19. But I can go and like, go eat like Golden Corral like pretty much every night if I really wanted to. Which is, you find out very quickly that you can't eat like all the junk food you ever want, because you will feel awful. It'll taste good, but you will feel awful afterwards, so it's important to like make sure you get a balanced diet, that kind of stuff. As in, you just don't overeat the ice cream, you stay relatively active, and you've got nothing to worry about. And it's nice. Like I'll eat like an entire pint of like Ben and Jerry's while I'm like watching Breaking Bad with like a friend, and then I'll be like, dang, that was a good bit of ice cream, and then probably go have some Chex Mix. But then I also eat like a ton of chicken, and I'm drinking only water now, and I'm kind of ranting here, and I'm sorry about that. I just kind of realized, but yeah, I do live by myself. Just to answer your first question, but it's nice, I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm still a responsible adult. I still get my work done. I still make sure my bills are paid properly and all that, but otherwise you get to enjoy your hobbies without having to worry about nothing, and it's great. I can just go to bed whenever the hell I want, but yeah. Yeah. I'm always worried about it being a little bit too boring, so I don't always try and be completely silent, but it is nice to hear, though, that at least somebody enjoys listening to me talk a bunch. Because I kind of always feel like I talk too much sometimes. Not all the time, but, some days are better than others, but it's not really too terrible. We need more dirt. In fact, we need probably another 3.5 boxes. Oh, okay. Picture this, right? I'll let you know. I'll let you in on a little secret, right? So imagine a white guy, right? Relatively skinny white guy, with brown hair and glasses, right? But without the glasses, because I don't wear glasses, and boom, you have me. But yeah. Well, it is good to talk a lot too. It's just I don't ever want to feel like I'm just like straight up rambling to where it feels like if you were a new person toning in, I shouldn't just sound like I'm completely like incoherent, you know what I mean? I've had I've been exposed to that growing up, and I don't want to like, repeat that kind of crap because I hate hearing it, so I don't do it to nobody else by accident. But, it's not too big of a deal. I'm getting better at being comfortable with myself. And it's doing great. And I probably will do like an actual face reveal one day, but I don't know, like face cams, I would probably never really do a face cam for a stream or anything similar, but at the same time, I might consider it like way later. Only because I have like a very poor webcam mic too, and I just don't want to deal with that either. But yeah. Oh yeah, I did lift the fridge. Yeah. Okay. Well, see, now that sounds sketchy out of context. That was a mini fridge. So it only weighed 70 pounds. It was not a normal like living room refrigerator. A kitchen refrigerator. I don't know why I said living room, but it wasn't your standard kitchen refrigerator. It was just a little mini fridge. Because in my college dorm, I'm allowed to have like a mini fridge. So I looked it up on Amazon afterwards too, and it said it was about like 68 and something pounds. So. I'm not like buff, but at the same time, I can like certainly pull my own weight pretty damn comfortably. But I mean, yeah, everybody does. Everybody has a living room fridge mirror. I've got one in my bathroom. I've got one in my shower. There's two in my bathroom. It's awesome. But alas, that's just how Americans are, Mary. But no, for real, I'm not like skinny. I eat a lot. Like again, like I had a whole fucking pizza for lunch today, but like that's the only food I've had today is like an entire pizza. So I'm still like pretty skinny, but I'm still trying to bulk up on weight. But I exercise a lot too, so I burn off a lot of calories. I'm not just some like stupid ass like Reddit neckbeard who like only plays video games, doesn't even go outside to touch grass. Like, there are a couple of days where I just stay in and do nothing because I'm just tired. But like when I go out to get my groceries, because I don't own a car and I refuse to take the bus out of Ross Fight, mainly because I don't want to only have to take it on Tuesdays, I'll like walk there and I'll carry all my groceries back by hand in like one sweep. So, actually pretty fit. And yeah, like I'm not too bad. Could be a lot worse for sure, but I'm definitely doing pretty good health-wise, so I'm happy about that personally. I mean, healthy enough to lift the whole fridge. Oh, that'd be a hell of a way to do a face reveal, too. Or I'd have to try and recreate it again, Meru, but that means I have to empty my fridge out again. Because I don't want to lift my fridge with all my food in it and then risk breaking like all my eggs that are in there, because that's not very epic at all. I will have to give it another shot. I think it'd be funny. Dang. I detail myself or somebody else entirely, because that sounds kind of cursed. And we've got 2 boxes of dirt now, so we can go ahead and just toss in a couple of these. I can go ahead and pour this away, and then I can go ahead and read chat. 420 baked 420. Fair enough. I have to go take a look at them after this. Who knows? But I'm pretty comfortable with where I am in my life right now. Although it is definitely... I want to gain more weight, but I don't want to, like, gain weight in the wrong way like every other American, where, like, you just eat a massive amount of sugar and shit and just, gain weight that way. But at the same time, I have, like, a very hard time building muscle. Probably because of my diet, or what used to be my diet, but now that it's better, I might be able to actually build muscle properly, finally. That'd be pretty good. So don't look him up. Fair enough. I'll take your advice with that, but... I'm getting better. And as I say I'm getting better, I've been debating about taking a bus like 3 miles down the road to Golden Corral. I could walk there, but I don't want to walk 3 miles there, eat dinner, and then go walk 3 miles back in the dark, so... I don't mind taking buses. It's just the grocery shuttle that they have only runs like once a week, and then it's like extremely crowded during that because, if you don't have a car, you're taking the grocery shuttle. So I just walk there because it's fun. It's good exercise. Oh yeah, dude, go to the gym while you still got the chance, because it's actually, well, especially when nobody's around, because it's a lot more comfortable. And I don't eat at Golden Corral a lot. I actually haven't eaten there in like literal years, mainly because I haven't been close enough to one to actually be able to do that. I think I've only been maybe like 3 times in my whole life, but it's a buffet with a ton of different food, so I'm all down for it. But going to the gym is fun. I used to do that when I was 15, but then, we moved houses, and then I told my mom about it, and then she would just keep asking me if I was going to the gym, and I hated people knowing about stuff like that, because, like, day in and day out, it'd be like, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Like, I just wanted to do it as a hobby. Now you're making me do it no matter what. Like, stop. Like, it's goofy. No salt on any of the Golden Corral food. Fair enough. I usually go there for dessert anyways, but at the same time, I actually enjoy baking, so I can just bake my own dessert. I'm getting better at cooking, too. I can still only, cook, I can cook, chicken pretty good. I'm not just eating, boxes of mac and cheese, but at the same time, I definitely need to start cooking more. Like, I haven't exactly cooked any fish yet, and I've been wanting to start, like, eating some salmon and things like that. But, I want to learn how to cook vegetables. It just means I'd actually have to go out of my way to buy vegetables. And then I have to learn how to cook them in a way that, like, tastes good, but doesn't overuse, like, salt or, like, you know, any kind of, like, extra stuff, so I can still, like, eat healthy, you know? But, I mean, anybody can cook ramen, because it's just boil the water, put the noodles in, and then you got your, like, little seasoning packet. But I actually don't eat instant ramen. I've got, like, I think they're kame noodles from, like, they're just a type of Chinese noodles. So what I'll do is I'll, like, boil, like, I'll cook a massive, like, probably about a quart of, like, Chinese noodles, and I'll cook, like, a pound and a half of, like, tempura chicken, and then I'll, like, split it. So, like, most of it is noodles, and then we have some chicken with, some orange sauce on the top, and then, like, good meal for, like, an entire week to, like, keep over the way. But, yeah, it's pretty good. Cooking can be really fun if you actually learn how to cook things you enjoy. Like, in terms of actual, like, things that I can cook that aren't just, like, put in the oven a little bit, that take a little bit of skill, I fucking love cooking omelets 'cause I love eggs. And I got really good at making omelets, like, very consistently, and then I stuff them with, like, shredded cheddar cheese. And I was gonna stuff them with, like, diced ham, that would have been cool, but I haven't cooked any in a while. Imagine not cooking the ramen dough. Eggo waffles, imagine. I don't even own a toaster, I just realized. I haven't had a need for a toaster, like a toaster oven, but I actually don't have a toaster. Oops. Oh well. I'm not buying one, and I don't think anybody else has one here either. Oh shit, wait, I'm gonna have to ask my roommates, but we have a, I think it was from a previous, like, resident. I don't know if it was actually theirs or not, if it was somebody from even before that. But everybody moved out, and I've gotten a completely new set of roommates in that time. But I'm pretty sure somebody left a whole fucking, like, panini, like, press here. And I want to try using that. I just want to make sure it's not either my roommates, and then if it's not, it's mine. You know. But I'm gonna try probably cooking, like, subs and, like, paninis again, because I'd love getting, like, hot subs from Firehouse subs, but god, they cost so much money. It's like 10 bucks for, like, an entire, like, large sub, which is good because they stuff it with, like, a ton of meat, but, like, at the same time, it's still 10 bucks for, like, a really good sub. It's better than Chick-fil-A, though. Nowadays they've upcharged every sandwich by, like, an extra $1, so it's even more expensive to eat out than it used to be, which stinks big time. But yeah. Hey, I can't dig all the time. I gotta put some stuff away every now and then too, but I'll keep digging here in a moment. But yeah, I should probably get a hold of some more kitchen appliances at some point, and we go ahead and resort that. There we go, and we're good. That is water from the ocean. But yeah, I'm getting better at cooking and being an adult as a whole. The only thing I have left to really learn is how to, like, pay my taxes or something, but, you know, not too bad. I do not own a blender, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure. I don't think we have any in our cupboards, but no, I don't actually have a blender. I don't ever really need one anyways, like, it's just a blender, you know? I could make I mean, I should get into making smoothies, but when I make, like, protein shakes, like, I've even got, like, the protein powder for it. I haven't had any in a while, but I should get back into doing that. I even bought milk for it. I haven't made any in ages. Still trying to build muscle mass. See, if I do tax fraud for the Vine, though, then it's no longer for the Vine, because, you know, then it's my job. It would be funny, though. I gotta consider it. God, imagine if I made, like, a tax fraud joke, like, at, like, an accounting firm while I'm still, like, a highly respected accountant, and I'd be like, huh, yeah, you know. What's that all about? It's like, oh, you know, it's just old habits die hard, you know how it is. But one day I'll learn how to count. But I really cannot wait to get a hold of my degree and just be done with college. I mean, this shit's taken ages, man. I'm just kind of ready to go and get my life started properly. Kinda can't start anything without money, which is the main problem. Everybody knows the FBI isn't real. We've been over this. I mean, clearly. What's the worst that could happen? The police, on their hand, are very real. And the degree I'm getting, I haven't got it yet, but I am getting close. I only got a year and a half left. Finance. I'm getting a bachelor's in finance, and then once I get my bachelor's, I'm moving home to go get a job. And then once I get my job, I can start on my master's degree in finance. And then all I do is just some simple like accounting stuff, basically, with that degree. And I can apply it to different parts of the field too. It wouldn't just be accounting and bookkeeping. Like, I could probably do a lot more shit for like stockbrokers and banks and things like that that I couldn't do with an accounting degree. But I could still do accounting if I wanted to. But yeah, it's a very like accounting and bookkeeping are like simple jobs, like when you actually know what you're doing. Well, I guess that's for anything, but you basically just like manage like, you know, business financials for a given company. You're being like, you know, here's how much money you had and, you know, your accounts receivable, and then do all the numbers add up to make sure they're not committing fraud or they're not lying to their investors, or they know how close they are to their expected budget, so that way they can make like, you know, better decisions for their business, you know. So they know how to manage their money a little bit better in the future. But it's all really like simple stuff. It's a little bit hard to learn, but I'm pretty sure once I get it, it just does not change. Like once you know how to like do like bookkeeping and finance, it just does not change, and you can just, you know, you don't have to like go out of your way to learn more stuff ever again. Like once you get the degree, you're set, you know. And I was gonna do computer science originally. See, the FBI is never real though, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But the I was originally gonna get a degree in computer science for programming, but then, you know, programming's hard, and I don't know how to do it. And I don't know how to do it like particularly bad. Like it just made no sense to me, no matter how much I tried to study. So I switched to accounting, and then accounting was too limiting. It was still good, but it was just too much of a limit to what I could do with an accounting degree. So then I just switched over to finance, and then, you know, that's where I am now. Because if you want to be a programmer, you have to know how to program, which usually helps. FBI International, imagine. I mean, the FBI franchise, pretty solid, 7 out of 10, but at the same time, the, you know, IRL events that they've pulled off in the past are a little bit too mean, and, you know, look like terrorism from a distance, but no, it's from the FBI, and they're the good guys, right? Like, you know, can't go anything wrong with that. Like the Dallas Cowboy sniper, it's pretty funny, until it's not. We're gonna get a little bit more of this stripped away, and then I have to go to the bed, because I don't want to deal with the dark right now. Give me a moment here. There we go. Among Us. I agree. Personally, big supporter of Among Us, but at the same time, I would have to sit down and play Among Us, which makes me sad. I wouldn't mind it, though. Really should actually play Among Us again. It's been ages. I've kind of gotten an itch to play Splatoon, but I want to wait for 3 because I'm tired of playing Splatoon 2. Meta is too stale and it's too boring. Among Us. Oh, in fact, fun little Easter egg. If you look in the background of like my Twitch profile or whatever, because you can make like a custom like banner or whatever, my banner is very awesome and not an Among Us reference, which is very cool. Oh yeah. Looks like we're getting fairly close. I think actually we might have enough dirt, so we're gonna pick up what's on the ground and then go run it back. And then I should be good to keep building the second layer for today. It has also been nearly 2 hours, so that's cool. At least I am almost done. Let's see, I think we got everything. We do not. In fact, we're not even like remotely close. That is not too cool. We need another 9 stacks and then we'll actually be good, but no. Means I have to get 9 stacks. There we go. And alrighty. Completely destroying the ecosystem for money, because why not? See, yeah, that would require putting down torches though, and I don't want to do that. And plus, I'm not really here for too long anyway, so if I wanted to dig near my base, I would probably do that, but it's just not worth it here. Because I'll end up digging them up anyways at some point, considering I'm just taking off the whole, like, layer of topsoil that's here. Like, we're getting rid of all the dirt, so it's just stone, pretty much. And then I can probably flood this whole place, too, after I'm all done with it as well. And, like, just, you know, turn it into the ocean. Or make the ocean bigger around it. We'll have to go to the Guardian farm sometime after this and go get this shovel fixed up. Because why not? It shouldn't be too bad. Ah, yeah, well, see, that's why I'm not going to go fight the Warden quite yet, because I wouldn't care about losing the amount of time that I put into it. Like, I know I put in like 260 something hours into this world. I don't care about losing the time. I care about leaving something massive that I've been wanting to do for a while unfinished. That's what would particularly make me unhappy. I wouldn't be like, God damn, fuck this game. I'd be like, damn, what the hell? That kind of stinks, and then just go make a new world. But at the same time, what? Watching without video, that is cursed. Huh, okay, so that's actually really cursed. I did not know that was a thing. But yeah, it would be, I think you can see it in the statistics, right? Or yeah, it should be in statistics, right? How many days I've actually like played. And this is real life days, by the way, not like in-game days, just to clear that up. So, time since the last death, 10.66 days. Time played, 10.66 days. Never died, numbers are the same. Time since last rest, I just slept in a bed. And then I've spent nearly a third of an actual real day inside of like a menu like this, which is only a little cursed. But yeah, you know, you can see a couple of my statistics here. I can't actually scroll down any longer, which is a little weird, but not too big. But yeah, it's, you know, it's pretty good. Also, we have a lot of shulker boxes opened, 15,000 of them, in fact. And then here's some of my mining statistics, you know, like all of this stuff. I've mined a lot of sand. But yeah, I do not play any Roblox, unfortunately. I think I used to when I was literally like 6, but otherwise, no. I've been more of a Minecraft person the whole time, honestly. I should give it a shot sometime. I know they've got good like game modes on there, and some of the maps are like surprisingly well detailed, but Roblox nowadays gets like a bad reputation the same way like Minecraft used to get a bad rep, where it's just a bunch of like cringy kids 24/7, and it just will not change. But it's not like that anymore, but it used to be quite bad. See, that would require me playing Roblox, and I simply do not want to. Like now, Minecraft, on the other hand, very, you know, different story. But Roblox, I'd actually have to go out of my way to make an account, which I could, but I'm just not too interested in it personally. Maybe one day, but not for a while at the very least. Although it would be fun for what it's worth. Who knows? Well, maybe I'll give it a shot, but not for a while. And with that, that should be all of the dirt that we need. I just want to clean up a little bit of this chunk here, and then we can go ahead and head back. And there we go. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and pick up what we have. And we're going to go back to the mountain and just go place in like a bunch of dirt once again. That ought to be fun. Except for the part where it won't really be too fun. Dang, imagine getting so defensive over Roblox, but oh well. Either way. One day they'll make it real. For what it's worth, though, at least, like, the Roblox Squid Game did actually look pretty good. Like, there genuinely are some, like, really well done, like, Roblox things, but it just isn't my cup of tea, personally. I can get why people like it, but, you know, that's alright. That's fair. It can get a little boring, but, you know, I'll give it a shot one day, I'm sure, but just not for a long time. But we have 4 shulker boxes of dirt again. And we're gone to go get my tools fixed up. And we're going to hit F3B because I don't want to see the hitbox lands anymore, because I kind of forgot I had it on because I haven't seen them be in like 30 years. And we want to go towards positive X. There we go. Alrighty, we're good. Roblox basketball lore. If only they made Roblox basketball a real thing. Oh wait, they did. It's in Space Jam 2. Let's go. Oh yeah, hey. It's the mountain, yeah. And by mountain, I mean this was the lava cast framework that I did to kind of like get a sense of the scale that I would have to do. It will not ever look this ugly when it's completed, but it needed to look ugly for now, just so I had something in place. But it is just massive, and it's pretty cool. Oh, and we want to actually stop at the place. That's right, forgot about that. I will try not to blow out everybody's eardrums, but I don't make any promises here, so, you know, prepare your eardrums. Also, mainly because I have to land first and then turn it down, so there might be, like, maybe a second. Oh, we're good. Alrighty. Hostile, we'll turn it down. Here we go. And your eardrums are safe. Alrighty, we're good. There they are. Found them. 18 bajillion guardians. Well, I mean, you did ask politely for it, and you did say it was for the meme, so I'm just fair warning. Gonna be loud. Oh, they're not too bad until they start piling in. See, they're only making like funny little wet noises. They're not too terrible. At least I'm killing it. Damn, there's none spawning. I guess I'll have to give it a little bit, but it seems fine. Eh, you know what? We'll leave it on just for a little bit for right now. There we go. That's the awesome sound that everybody loves. Oh, so it like deafens my own audio just because it can't handle that many like death noises. Wow, okay. That sounds quite abnormal. There we go. Alright, that was funny enough, but now it's gone. Back to normal. We'll turn it to 15. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, we're out of here. That was funny while it lasted, but not again. I'll spare your eardrums for now. But only for a little bit. Anyways, back to building this, and then we'll probably go dig that hole some more. I want to probably get it down to bedrock at some point, because why not? I will actually, funny enough, no, I have not drained the ocean monument yet. And I actually don't even need to. That was the main draw of this farm, was that you never would actually have to drain the monument. Because it's built in the corner of it, and then where the killing platform is, it only loads that specific corner. You can see them kind of pop up, like by the soul sand, and then they flop around into the portal. But, yeah, the whole draw of it is that you don't actually have to drain out the ocean monument. Because if it did, I would just, I wouldn't want to do it. Because I hate draining stuff like that. And then I'd be like, hey guys, look at my awesome now permanent base because I made a giant hole in the ocean where this ocean monument was. You've never seen a base design like that before, have you? Nope, not even once. Because nobody's ever done it. I invented it. Exactly. I could actually play with you if you have a bedrock realm. True. If you want to later, just like send me a DM about it and I'd probably will join. I don't play Bedrock Edition a whole lot, fair warning, so I probably wouldn't be on too much, but it was good to at least have the option too, so up to you, obviously. Okay, we have a little bit more until we start getting this thing to be a lot darker, but yeah. Or you can even post it here if you wanted to, but that's up to you. But I'd be careful because I do save all these VODs, so you know, even though realm code doesn't expire or whatever, it'd be a little bit sketchy. But it shouldn't be too bad. I'd probably play whenever, personally. We got that. There we go. I need more dirt. We're just gonna take that out. We're finally near another halfway point here, so that's very good. But yeah, we're getting there. Not too much more time left, so. What the fuck am I talking about? We have like so much time left to do this. What do I mean? Like we have way too much left to do. We're not even close to done. We're close to done for today, like with the second layer. But in terms of the grand scheme of things, this has barely made an actual dent in it. So we are definitely not fucking close to anything right now. So no, apparently not, because I don't know how time works, unfortunately. But you know, one day I'll learn. One day I'll learn how to look at a clock again. Who knows? But I certainly am forgetting how much work I have left to do. I mean, seriously, it's hard for me to like properly judge the scale of this stuff when I'm like planning out things like this because you think, oh, you know, it'd only be like 10, 20 hours. This might be like 50. And that might just be for like the inside. Because not only do I have to build up the base work of this, I also have to make the gradient. I also have to add overhangs and caves, and I also do like completely custom like, you know, texturing as well. And then I have to also build the outside of it as well, and I'm just gonna have fully detailed caverns and buildings inside of it and shit. So it's gonna take a while. But good night, Maru. Good night, French boy. It's been like 1 a.m. for you anyway. Shouldn't you already have been in bed, Maru? Like what the hell? Imagine being French. But good night. But yeah, I have a bad habit of misjudging time with certain projects like this because it doesn't seem like this didn't seem too big. It's pretty big if I want them all be fully detailed and walkable. So it is 2 a.m. Damn, poor bastard. Only an hour off, but close enough. Oh, good night and good luck, Miru. But yeah, I gotta get better at judging how much time things like this will take. Because a lot of the farms that I build don't take too much time, but stuff like this constantly just takes a massive amount of time and effort. Oh dang, imagine playing 2K. Oh, good luck playing 2K then. Not a rage game at all. And again, I wouldn't know because I don't actually play 2K or any sport game, but you know, it's not too bad. I can get the appeal of it. One day they'll make good sports games again, who knows. I am missing a block, there we go. And we still have more shit to put down, but dang, imagine. But yeah, good luck in 2K though. What do you mean, what do I mean? You're playing like NBA 2K, right? Like, you know, haven't y'all been playing the same game for like the past 8 years with no major updates? Like, what the hell? I thought I was pretty like obvious with that one, but you know. Oh, excuse me, I might be thinking of FIFA. My bad, buddy. Oh, you're playing 2K golf. You gotta be shit posting, right? Oh, you really might not be shit posting. I hope you are, but got that 2K golf. Let's go. But yeah, either way, like I don't know, like all the like modern sports games. I mean, as somebody looking in who's never touched a fucking sports game in their life, they all blend together to some extent. Where like not like basketball looks similar to baseball. I'm talking like, you know, 2K like 20, 21, 22, 19, 18 are like insanely similar, you know, compared to each other. The only thing they update is like the roster, but graphics wise and gameplay wise, there's no change like at all. Not enough change to warrant spending another $60 each year, like you know, for like a yearly release. Like nah. But then again, I play maybe 3 games like actively, and then I have like a couple of others that I put on every now and then. But what do I know? Ah, basketball indeed. Poor bastard. Well, once they make 2K and like very fucking cool VR, then I'll be like a little bit different to it. But otherwise, you know, it is what it is. I can get why people enjoy it. I just personally wouldn't, but I never was that big on sports anyways. Mainly because I just, you know, might have gotten kicked off of the soccer team when I was a kid for assault. But, you know, that's a minor backstory. No big deal. Yeah, it's a fish. Yoink. Close enough. Okay, now I overshot. I cannot keep overshooting this, right? Come on. There we go. He's dead now. Put him out of his misery. One day they'll make fish that are real. That'll be cool. I got some chocolate milk I want to make. Actually, no, I should be drinking more of that protein powder. I haven't used it in a while, and it's just kind of there. Yeah, college life moment. Very nice, very peaceful. It's peaceful until there's exams, but once you're done with exams, you just study for a little bit, you're usually pretty good. but it's a lot better than how I used to live back at home, so I'm pretty happy with it. But it's good to just take it easy in life and just, don't need all like top of the line shit or anything like that. Like there's kind of a dilemma with like anything that I buy nowadays to always make sure that I'm not like screwing myself out of more money in the future. But there are like some things you can buy like cheapo versions of, like like cheap pencils, printer paper, etc. Things like that. You could buy like cheap things of, but the things you should spend like a lot of money on once, so that we can have like a really high quality version of it. So you don't buy a bunch of like shittier quality versions of it, or things you'll use a lot that are like tech based too. So like PC parts, headphones, things of that nature, or things that are really important, like good like kitchen equipment. Like you spend like a good little bit of money now on like a nice like not even like a blender, but like you got a good set of like pans and all that. Like oh my god, dude, makes a huge fucking difference to spend like the right amount of money on like the right things. I know it's kind of a tangent and absolutely should not have ever been spoken, but either way, I don't know why. I'm just trying to pass the time here. I'm getting a little like, impatient personally because it's been a little over 2 hours and all I've done is go mine dirt and then go place dirt. That's all it's been for hours. So I would very much like to do something else, but at the same time, would also equally like to finish up this layer. That means actually finishing up this layer because there's no good way to speed this up. I mean, you can give me a few elytras if you want. I'd more than appreciate it, but you don't have to. As long as I've had like this gear, like I've had this gear for a long time and all that, but like I'm still actually good at the video game and I know how to like play Minecraft, so I don't need it. I appreciate it, but it's up to you. Shulker. And plus, I actually do like just like kind of early game survival Minecraft. Like late game is fun for like the big projects, but I actually really do enjoy the early game of just going out and exploring and just kind of like live in like a relatively like simple place, and then there's at least some air of excitement to shit. There's nothing. I literally don't have to be scared of a lot in here unless I make some massive mistake like I did with the Guardians. But otherwise, I'm invincible. But it is fun to like take it easy with like early. But oh, actually, you say just a couple, like 7, but I only have 6, so I've actually got less than you when I've been playing in one world for like a hell of a lot longer, as far as I'm aware. So I gotta actually go out of my way to go get more again, but that means going back to the end and looking more into, which I'll do another time, but it's always fun to do. But I want to renovate a lot more of my older farms to like be like hyper efficient. But if I do that, I also have to learn how to make shulker box loaders, and then for certain other farms, I have to make like proper item sorters for them. Like if I made like a hyper efficient raid farm, I would need like an item sorter for the damn thing, and then I probably would want like a storage system to match it. And then same with the wood farm too. I should really try and make like a good tree farm just to like get a bunch of wood to make a bunch of chests, so I can turn all my shulker boxes into shulker boxes. And I can start using shulker box loaders. Because I'm bottlenecked by the lack of wood that I have. Ah, dang. You died with 4, and that's very unlucky. Should have that recovery compass, if only it was a thing at the time, but either way, like at least there's so many of them that they're like, I mean, I don't know, they shouldn't make elytra renewable, but at the same time, like, imagine like having a world where you literally just completely run out of elytra from like burning all of them or on the way back. Like that'd be really fucked up. I mean, at least they don't break like when they run out of durability, but at the same time, like, damn, that would suck. But I really wish they kept that one change where like you only lose durability when like you lose a firework rocket instead of how it is now. You like use 1 durability every second. I guess it was too unbalanced, which is why they ended up reverting it like a year and a half ago, but still would have been really nice to see. But oh well. Now for the there's another thing I have to keep in mind too, because this place is so big. Most of this is built technically in an ocean biome, and then over there it transitions into the swamp, right? Here we're in a savanna biome, and This is important because the grass is ugly as shit. It looks like puke. It does not look very appealing. It doesn't have that cool, like, crisp green, and I don't like it. I'm also looking forward to 1.19.1. I finally have the little bastards stored away, and, I can actually duplicate them. Although I actually have to go out of my way to make a jukebox, but I got music disc, so that's good at least. But I gotta figure out what I want to do for the savanna parts of this mountain, because they have the ugliest, like, green grass that there is, and I don't want to have that be, like, too visible. So I'll have to probably use moss on certain parts or something like that. I might be able to use patches of, like, coarse dirt at that time anyway, so I can, like, conveniently have, like, a patch there that blocks it up. That way you wouldn't be able to tell, but, it'll become a problem later up is my other thing. I don't think the snow blocks will melt too, and we're gonna put the bed down real quick. There we go. I could make a whole stack of them, because I have, like, a stack of, like, diamonds that I have just sitting around that I should probably use, but at the same time, I haven't had a use for diamonds in so incredibly long. You make enchantment tables out of them, you make jukeboxes out of them, and everything else is for tools and armor, but because you have villager trading, it's just, why bother, I just hoard all my diamonds for just shit in case I ever need it later. Like, I've shown it off before, but I don't talk about it a whole lot. But inside of the fully automatic shulker farm, the exact block that the shulker and the fission chamber sits on is actually a diamond block. Just for shits and giggles, it stands out. It doesn't really add anything. I could have put it like dirt in there and it would have done the same thing. But I put in a diamond block for, just for the flex. I'll have to make like an actual proper like treasure room or some shit at some point, because that could at least be fun. Okay, see, this is a bit confusing. I think what I do here is I should... Ooh, hang on. We're actually going to take a little detour and just build up here. We'll figure it out, but this is like one of the weirder parts. I'm aware too that this thing is like incredibly boxy, but we'll figure that one out later. I don't want it to be so like rigid and like square. I want it to be a lot more like curved, like what we got going on over here, but it's just in a weird spot. So I'll do it later, but I know that that's an issue I'll have to address at some point. But I got time. It don't really matter. Purple name. How do you do that? I have no clue that you could even like change names. It makes enough sense, I suppose, but it's a little weird. Hey, it looks like I might actually I got like 2 whole boxes, and then I have like another half. I should be able to finish up the second layer and actually start on the third one, so that'll be good. I don't have to deal with that problem anymore. And then it'll start getting a little bit easier after the second layer here, because they start to get smaller and smaller. They might get a little bit taller, but like the actual length of them shortens like drastically after the third layer. So I won't have to spend as long, and I won't have to get as much dirt, and it'll start to speed up. So we're past probably like one of the tough parts, but I still do have things that need to happen. So ideally, I think what I do here is I do fill in this gap, and then we go around this corner here. I don't want it to be flat here going all the way up, because that's too flat, so it's better to just do something like this. Now it's like, give me a minute to fill this in. I'll read what you said, but I want to make sure this is good first. And it looks like it is. It should match up correctly. And it does. Perfect. Alrighty. Ooh, imagine making a huge cake. I gotta actually, like, I don't think I've even made like a cake yet on Minecraft, but I should probably do that and put like a little candle on it for the allays. Although I should put it in their little jail, so it just looks like depressing and like not even like, oh, what a cute little birthday cake. It's just enjoy your last meal kind of birthday cake, which, I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Get more use out of it than I would. The iron farm's still pumping. I should probably go check on it too at some point as well, because I don't know how full it is. I know I emptied it out recently, but That was still quite a while ago by now. It is still why did we only get one there? We should be getting another one as well, right? Am I missing like villagers in there or something? Oh, you get an achievement for making a birthday cake for them? I didn't even know that. Huh. Could have sworn I saw something like that, but at the same time, I just don't know. I'll have to get the 2 birds with 1 arrow at some point. Let me check that we actually still have villagers. Yeah, we still have all 3 villagers over here in this chamber. I'm pretty sure they've slept. They shouldn't be registered to a different bed or anything. But something... They have string... Oh, it must have been from that cat. Now, they both were emptied out at the same time, yet this one has more. But at least this one is still producing. Okay, so it does still produce. It just produces like a different rate, but it does still produce, so I haven't actually made any mistake. But yeah, this all this stuff in here would be inside of the mountain, and it would be partitioned off in a way that, like, you know, it would just be like you just would be partitioned away from it. You couldn't do anything near it. We'd probably have like a tunnel like in the back there, so I could still go around it comfortably, but I want it to be like completely like, you know, I don't want to be able to see it at all from like inside or outside pretty much because it's ugly. It's important stuff, but it's ugly and I want it gone, so I'll have to worry about that later. Yeah, we're getting closer. Give me a moment here. Got some more dirt. Here we go. Oh yeah, you're good. Take your time. And 2.5 hours. And we need more dirt. There we go. Just some more over there. Actually, yeah, we are starting to see the end of it, so that's a good sign. Things are looking up. Alrighty. Got that little frog down there. Might go save him. Why not? Still thinking about it. Probably won't, but you know. Seems like he wants to leave. Alrighty, that is our second shulker box of dirt. Finally hit number 2. Still got our minecart going around for our shulker farms. That's very good. Ah, damn. Fingers are starting to cramp up a little bit on my left hand, so. Oh, we're taking a little breather here so I can drink something here real quick, so give me a moment. Alrighty, I'm back. I'm gonna get a little bit of something to drink, or it's a little dry. We should be pretty much all good now. And yeah, let's just get back to it. So we're out of 2 shulker boxes, and we'll still have an extra 2, so we will definitely be able to finish up the second layer and start a little bit on the third layer. And then I should be able to kind of make the small plateau here that we have set up kind of as a proof of concept to show that that should actually work. It should look nice, and then, or at least it should look okay. The shape won't be perfect, but we're just here to get kind of the rough foundation down before we get a lot of the finer shapes in. But that should help to pad out the map a little bit for what it's worth. And we'll probably add some like foresty bits up on these plateau areas, just so that way it helps kind of break everything up a little bit. So we'll probably plant a nice bit of spruce trees and things of that nature. Alrighty, we are on day 1057. That's pretty good. We're still on a very good pace with, because I want to have like every 10 days be like an entirely like new stream part. So since we're on part 105, we should probably end at about day 1060. Don't have to, I could go longer, but I would like to try and not go shorter, just because I want to try and keep things relatively even. That way it's like part 200 and like day 2000 and, easier to keep track of. Not that there's any pressure for me to inherently do that, but I want to do it personally, so. This part's a little weird because it's an outside part, and like I've talked about in the past, I don't have to do some of these outside parts quite yet, but I should. So that's pretty much all of it. Because these parts of the tips and like this bend here will get redesigned when I work on the outside like wireframing, but I won't be working on that for months, so we might as well make a little something now at the very least to help kind of like sell it a little bit more from the inside looking outward, that there's still, continuation instead of just it cuts off, So we will be redesigning that whole thing eventually, but it will not be for a long, long, long time. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But anywho, I am getting a little tired, so I hope I can wrap this up quickly, and then I'll probably go for today. Now, when we do the moss layers as well, I'll still be building it out of dirt, and then what we'll do is we'll insert like a moss block and just bone meal the ever-loving shit out of it to just make it spread across all of the dirt and grass that we have on the appropriate layers. Because not only it'll cover like like if this whole like third like band, so there's band 1, 2, and then this third one here, if all of that was completely filled in with dirt, I would be able to start using moss and then have it go all the way around, and then at some point it would probably like dip into this like second band here a little bit, and it would be just enough to not be overwhelming, but it would also like really help with blending like that kind of like rough border. And then I could just bone meal a little bit more to help like blend it even better, but it would help do a lot of my job for me and not hard way. But this third one I'm pretty sure is going to be dirt, so it'll be dirt, and then the fourth one and above will be moss, and then we'll figure out the rest. But I want 3 layers of dirt and then moss after that. But we're still not quite out of the dirt part yet. We won't be for ages, but I need to make sure too that I don't spend so much on like I want to have like a lot of the first layers be like easy, and then once we get to about halfway or a little less than halfway is when we start putting in our things like our moss with glow lichen, which costs a lot of glow lichen, which is just bone meal, so it's not too bad. But it's mainly the cobble, like the mossy cobble is really bad. I have to make all of that, so I want to try and use less of it compared to like building it on an earlier layer where there's more. And then I still have to put in like cobblestone after that by hand, and then there's the andesite that I have to go out of my way to go get, which takes even more time. And then the stone is an easier part to wrap things up. It does get harder. Also, hey, welcome back. Wait, how you doing? Still building more of this bullshit still. So even though it's been 2.5 hours, we are still building, and I'm getting close to finishing the second layer out of 14. So we're not even close to really being done in the grand scheme of things, but it is progress, so always got something to look forward to at least. Finally, I can start to wrap up the second layer. That should be filled, yep, already. My game froze pretty good. Yeah, okay, so this is actually our last little layer, so we'll just kind of do all this first. And then for something like this, we would build up like a tiny like part inside of these parts, just to help kind of make this next peak, but otherwise nothing else would have to go in. Which is good, because that means most of my job here is done. So like we'd put in like a little bit of dirt in these like gaps that would go up, and then like on some of these like corner bits to help like hold into this very first peak, but that's something I can worry about next time, and after I've gotten more of these basic shapes. Because I kind of don't want to do anything with the peaks until like way after. Like I get all the rough shape in first, which is what we're doing now. And then, while I'm doing the rough shape is when I get the gradients. We fine tune the gradients, and then we get the peaks in. And then once we get all the peaks in, we can, start to put in the different bits of terraforming, like the overhangs that I want to have that like make some more depth in some of these flatter parts, and then some of the caves that'll go in as well. And then once all that is in, so the shape is really good, then we'll be putting in our things like our coarse dirt and our packed mud and our different types of terracotta and things of that nature to help break up all the monotonous colors. So yeah, texturing and like the final terraforming come last, but these peaks will be like near the very end of that too, if not the end, because I don't want to build these peaks for a while. Because I'm still debating on whether or not they should be like a good bit flatter, or if they should be a little bit more jagged, or if a mixture of both would look good, or if I should just do one or the other. So it'll kind of depend as I go along. I know at the very, very top, I want it to be pretty flat. There's gonna be like a little bit of like height like changes, but not a lot. But on these like peaks at increment, I don't know if I want like these nice jagged like peaks. Or I feel like jagged peaks near the back, and then relatively like flatter things here. And then once you start getting these like big like upheavals in height, that's when we start getting our jagged stuff in. But we got the second layer done here today, which is great. So now we only have 12 more to go. So again, it's kind of hard to really justify like what the hell his scale is, because it's just kind of hard to see with how flat it is and how much of the same color it is. But looks big. Not connected to the ocean yet. It will be one day, just not today. But it's big. It's getting there. So now the third layer is a little bit easier because it tapers off a lot sooner compared to these ones. And then it's a little bit shorter in height, and then the fourth one gets even easier for the same reasons, and same as the fifth. And the sixth gets way shorter in length, so it does get a lot better. But this is the gradient we're going to be using here, past like the fourth layer. So fourth layer, fifth through sixth, or 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9, or like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, no, we could do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and like 14 with the snow on top as well. So it'll kind of depend, but you get the idea. You've got a plan, and it should be fairly easy to stick to it. But that's gonna have to do it for me today. We got the second layer of it done, and we finished up the first. You can kind of see the issue I was referring to as well, by the way, in terms of how like flat these walls are. And I don't like that personally, but I can't really change it right now, obviously. But by putting in some like different like textures with the coarse dirt and the packed mud, and then with the cave openings that we'll maybe have a couple of buildings kind of like just barely jutting out the edges. We'll have some small like overhangs and bumps to help like break up like the flatness of it. But the shape itself is good, but we need the extra like finer details to help break up the flat like strips of dirt. They'll get like less flat as time goes on because they eventually like taper up to pretty much nothing. But for these large bulky parts, they need to probably slope out a little bit into the water, or I need to make something. But that's like way at the end after all of it's filled in and the gradient looks really good. So that'll take a lot of time. But here's a base tour, I guess. Only a tour, but you get the idea. Nothing here is really going to change. This was all done after I put in all the framework as well, so it's pretty well up to date. Actually, no, it's not quite up to date yet, is it? In fact, we should actually update this right now, I'm pretty sure. Mainly because the very bottom part of it has actually changed drastically from what I remember. Because I put that wireframing in at the very top. Hey, it's starting to pop in there. And we'll go over here a little bit. Should start to see a lot of this pop in. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put this back. Ow, that hurt a little bit. So this big, like, kind of curve shape is where the very peak of our mountaintop will go at some point. So that was the only thing that's really updated, but otherwise everything else should still be the same. Oh, that is gonna do it for today. Yeah, so we've done it. We got a second layer done. We got 12 more to go, and we're on day 1058. That's pretty cool. We're quite ahead of schedule on that front, which is very nice. But yeah, spent 2.5 hours, and I'm a little tired. But either way, it's been fun. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope to see y'all again next time.